All right. New day back at Lombank West. New event week. Oh, same bed. My guy needed rest. So did I. Hello, everybody. All right, I'm the Missing Sock. Welcome back for more Grand Theft Auto Online. Laid back grinding. Yay. Let's go into the cash-filled office. All right. Oh, I get to look out. See some sun, maybe? Yeah, sun rays. All right. That's why I like Lombank West. Nice to be on the coast, get some sun. There's some better windows on the other side too, in the lower garage levels. All right, so everybody, we this is now part 2, but they kind of stand alone if you ask me, because part 1 of this episode we did all the biker businesses. So now we're going to go through all the CEO businesses. Although a couple of them, like the bunker cells, you can do them in your MC or CEO. I just tend to prefer the CEO for that. It keeps my MC raids to a minimum by keeping out of my MC unless I need to. So I tend to use the CEO for a lot of that. Now that said, I've got a lot of businesses that could actually be rated in the CEO company. So we have to look out for that as well. My nightclub's been full for a while and it's been left alone, so it can actually be rated. It was rated a while back. Once I think it's been rated, yeah, by the cops. It was a basic raid, easier than the MC business raids. But you do have to watch out for that. So if you leave them alone for too long. Lester.
How you doing?
I'm great, Lester. All right. Better if we make this money. I gotta upgrade a bunch of things too. A whole bunch of things. We'll do that coming up too. All right. Well, we need a vehicle. From here, I might leave in a vehicle. I might grab my oppressor too. Get her to call it in, and leave from here on an old day. Yeah, we're on our own. Started a new public session. Yay. Okay. Me too, Penny. Me too. Hold on. Just thinking, what vehicle do I want? Maybe we'll start a basic one. I usually do a warm-up headhunter. Maybe we'll do that. And just to be old-fashioned and lots of newbies out there, we'll do it in a buzzard, because that's pretty easy to get. One of the basic vehicles. A couple times they've given them away for free, so hopefully you guys can get a buzzard soon if you don't already. A buzzard, a tech chopper. Sure.
Okay, I'll get it landed on the helipad.
Yeah, all these different ways that you can get vehicles. People tend to forget all the different ways. That's what we were talking about it last time. In the interactive menu in the first part of the episode, I was talking about using the vehicles menu to request your last vehicle, request personal vehicle. It's good to remember that. And you can also remember that when you're in a company, there's the, when you're an MC or your secure serve, there's vehicles you can spawn in that way as well. And all those different vehicle spawns are separate. So you can also use your phone and call the mechanic for a lot of the ground vehicles. And that's all separate. So each one of these things has a cooldown timer. You can only call the vehicle so often. But each one is different. So if you've already used one of them and you're in the cooldown timer, use one of the other ones to get your vehicle faster. You can call your oppressor through the MC. Hello, Agatha. Hold on. I'll get back to you in a couple days. But yeah, you can call in, as an example, your oppressor through the MC, and then say you called it in and it gets exploded. You can switch over to a request vehicle through the interactive menu, and then you could, even if it got exploded again, you could call your mechanic and get it called again. Yeah. So let's see, Headhunter, and then we'll come back here. Got to get back in the groove. So Headhunter's a great little warm-up for me. Sightseer is good for those of you who are not ready for it. Oh, what's going on today? Problems. Let's hope. Let's watch our money and see if we get paid. Yeah. This game has always been a glitchy game. It's way better than it's ever been, and yet still. And the internet in general has been, under the lockdowns off and on throughout the world, the internet's been kind of wonky, so hopefully it's just that. So let's see, $156 million, $156.1 million in my bank account, and $4.6 million in cash. Okay. So I'll try to remember that, 156.1. So we can make sure that we're getting paid on this mission. That's the guy right there. See? Assassinated target. I've ran Headhunter many, many times. Always run Headhunter in the city. Well, not always, but if you want it to be quicker, out in the country can be fun, but it takes longer. So whenever you launch it in the city, it'll give you all the targets in the city. There's always 2 in a car and 2 that stay in one spot, stationary. So here's our first car one. And a buzzard's missiles are kind of weak. So it'd take a lot of missiles to kill this car, believe it or not, in the buzzard. I find it's easier just to hit them with 2 and then wait for them to come out. So we're going to fire 2 because they're coming up to the intersection. Hopefully they slow down enough. There we go. And then fire again. There we go. Got him. So I gave it that little pause before I hit it again to let the VIP hop out of the car. I bet you, if you time it just right, you'll hit your next round of missiles just as they're hopping out of the car, and those explosions will take them out. And it makes it much easier. Sometimes in the buzzard they can get away from you. Here's another little spot you can just kind of look right down on there and target the VIP. Alright, let's head over and get the last one. Alright. So yeah, Headhunter's my go-to warm-up these days. It's sometimes you need to get your fingers going, warmed up, get the groove back on, get the feel of the vehicle back on again. And I find Headhunter's a good way to do that and get paid 20 grand for doing it. Sometimes there's double money events, so that's always nice too. Headhunter, for a lot of people, and I might be included in that, is the favorite mission. Like not favorite as in fun, but just favorite in the sense that you can run them all the time. When you get good at them, you can run them easily, quickly. It's a nice, easy thing to do in between your stuff. If you're running crate missions in between your crate missions, if you're doing other things or waiting for something to be ready, it's a good little thing to do. There we go. Yeah, it all depends on how fast you do the mission. It gives you plenty of time to do it, especially from the air. And you can do it from the ground in a Karuna or something like that. It just takes a little bit longer. But depending on how fast you do it, give or take, it's a bit of an average, but give or take, if you could do Headhunter all the time, which you can't, because there's cooldown timers, so you can't do it all the time. But imagining a world where you could do Headhunter non-stop, it would make roughly around 600,000 an hour. Yeah. So, it's actually pretty good. Of course, you can't do it back-to-back like that. It does have a cooldown timer, like I said. So, I try to fit it in wherever I can. So that's a good little warm-up. Now let's do something else I like to do for a warm-up. Let's call in our Terabyte. Request Terabyte. We'll run a quick Terabyte mission. So if you get the Nightclub, you can buy the Terabyte, which is spending millions, but it does pay for itself in the end. And from the Terabyte truck, you can run the Terabyte missions. So here's our Terabyte truck. And diamond shopping is a nice, easy one once you get used to it. A lot of the missions, you don't have to follow their instructions. You might want to the first time you play them, or you can follow our videos. Somewhere on our lists, we've done the Terabyte missions. Yeah, I'm still in the company. Yeah, I should watch out for raids, actually. So let's pop in here. So here's our little view thing in the Terabyte truck. And client jobs. Yeah, you can do other things as well. But the client jobs. And these are the Terabyte missions, so-called. Nicknamed, I suppose. And diamond jobbing is generally the favorite. It's nice and easy. There's lots of great missions. They pay out usually about 30 grand each time, which is pretty good payout.
Okay, you're going to steal a diamond shipment from Angelico Fine Jewelry. Our client wants these rocks, but you won't pay retail price.
Take our oppressor out. The oppressor Mark II works really good for a lot of these videos.
I'll talk you through it.
Or for a lot of these missions, I should say. And for these videos.
You found a crew to join up with. This won't be unnecessarily difficult.
Alright. Get back into my practice, but it's just over here. You can see the instructions down below me. Enter the driver's seat of the Terabyte. We don't have to do any of that. We just come right over here. Target these two guards at the truck, at the Evangelical Jeweler's place. Come right down. Well, sometimes I can fire some missiles right in the door, but I didn't this time.
Use the drone for some reconnaissance on the store. And disable the alarm before making a move.
Oh. That's everybody? Alright. You see nothing. Remember, you see nothing.
They know these diamonds will be hot
get our oppressor. Now, if you do this with friends, more than one player, it's a good idea to pick up your friend, in a helicopter or something over here on the far alleyway. I find a lot of times the cops take longer to get there than they do out front. And that's it. Away we go. Now, I know from doing this over and over, and if you guys do it too, you'll learn too that it's the same drop-off every time. So even though I don't know where it is on my GPS yet, I know where I'm going because it's the same spot every time. It's over in the vineyard, the wine territory, that little building there. I always forget what it's called. It's a nice area to drive through, though. You drop off a lot of CEO cars there. So right now I could call Lester, obviously, get rid of the cops. But a lot of times I find you really don't need to. So if you want to keep it in reserve or you already did use Lester, it's not a big deal to just fly right over here and avoid them. And usually by the time I get here, they're gone. I'm actually fast today, I guess. But usually by now they'd already be gone. There we go. All right. We got an objective complete. Escape a 3-star wanted level. I'm not warmed up enough, I guess. Usually I can just swoop right through and drop off the diamonds. There you go. More diamonds. She has a real non-stop, unsatiable appetite for diamonds. More and more diamonds. I wonder what she's using all those diamonds for. All right. Down to the bunker. I guess I'll retire while we're on our way there. Just because, like I said, I've got 2 large crate warehouses that are nearly full that I could actually be raided with, and the nightclub. So it's best to stay out of the company until I need it. Now, if I had friends with me, I may not want to do that because that would reset their pay. So it's a good idea to stay in your company when you have friends with you. But if you're alone like we are right now, then it doesn't matter. You're going to have some coffee. So pardon me, it helps with the voice. It helps with everything, I think. But I'm biased. I'm definitely a coffee fan. So here's the bunker. If you ask me, it's a good investment. To a lot of people, this is the best business, but that's always debatable. To me, there's all the businesses are pretty well, not all the businesses, but all the main ones, I should say. The crate warehouses are very good. The bunker cell missions are very good. The CEO cars are very good, and the MC cell missions for the MC businesses are good if you have all the businesses. As a result, if you have a bunch of businesses, the nightclub is good because it sources from all of those. Which ones are the best? Sometimes I find it really depends on your mood because really, if you're grinding away, the one that you spend the most time doing, is the one that's going to make you the most money. If you don't like doing those missions, some people would say heisting is the best way to make money, but it's a real pain without having a good team. So a lot of people don't bother. I don't know. In many ways, it's not really about the best. It's about what you like the best and what you're willing to do over and 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 over. And hopefully Rockstar keeps it interesting wherever possible. Yeah, so in the bunker, I think it's a great investment. It definitely makes good money. We could go through all the details, but I suppose we'll save that for another time. I got to rejoin my company, and it's double money on the bunkers right now. Yay! So it's double money down there. So normally that's 140,000 in the bottom right corner, but today it's 280,000 in value. Yay! Yeah, I missed it this morning right after I left from the biker missions from our part 1. For a brief time, apparently it was 3 times money, but then they fixed it right away. But there was a brief time where it was accidentally 3 times money for bunker cells apparently this morning. I never heard of anybody completing one, so I think it was incredibly fast, or maybe it never even went live. But apparently the code said 3 times, and then they fixed it right after. So if you've seen an update about that, it wasn't your imagination, because I seen one too, and I wondered what happened. Let's log in. All right. As you can see, we've made a lot of money out of our bunker. Almost, we'll be clearing 77,000 or 77 million this time. That's good on our 305th sale. How many guns have we sold? Units manufactured 6,467. We've been supplying everybody. All right, so I usually resupply. So this is the way I do it. You guys can do it many different ways. There is no benefit or discount or penalty to how much or how little you sell. So it doesn't matter if it's full in your stock or if it's just a little bit. So just so you guys know. Although there's something to be said for running the missions more times means more time. It probably saves you time having it full. But just so you guys know, the bunker can be raided too, speaking of raids, if it's full. So it's very rare, but it only happens to the bunkers when they're full. So watch out for that, if you're one of those people that runs the full sales. And some people do. I guess just to finish that, as I mentioned before, some people prefer to keep it full, and they just keep running, even as a solo player, and they just keep running the sell missions until they get a single truck mission, which does exist. It's the Phantom Wedge mission, which hopefully we'll get today, but I don't know if we'll get that lucky. But yeah, some people just run the sell mission and cancel it over and over until they finally get that truck, and then they sell the whole thing in one truck by themselves. But yeah, that's one of the methods I suppose you could do. So let's order our supplies, 75,000. That's the way I usually do it as a solo player. It's a nice, easy mission. I see it as a simple, well-paid mission, is the way I see it. So I put 75 grand in every time I'm here, and that makes it a one-stop shop. I don't have to come back and resupply it. And then I sell the last 75,000 I put in last time I was here. So let's go sell that last 75,000, which is now converted into 420,000. Yay! But again, that's double money. Normally it's 210,000, and that means I normally profit 135,000. Today we're profiting a lot more than that. So we're gonna sell that to Los Santos for 420,000. Be nice if it sold like this all the time, if you ask me. So what do you think we'll get today? What is it today, Agent 14? Oh. Monster truck.
In case you were worried about selling these arms and them not getting used, we got a fire airlifting this shipment right into a hot zone. You'll need big off-roaders to get to the pickup sites, so get in the cab and get on the road.
All right. Let's quickly have a look. Oh, nice and close. Just the way I like it. So let's hop up here. Then we're going to do this half moon all the way around. All right. Marshall off-roader. You can go up a lot of these hills, but I actually find a lot of times it's faster to just stay on the road. You're tempted. I used to be tempted all the time because it's an off-road monster truck. Woo. But I think time-wise, you're probably better off to just stick to the road than to try the cross-country stuff. Although here and there you might see a shortcut where you can jump over and save yourself a moment or two. So the bunker cell missions are nice and easy once you get used to them. Although they do have less of a timer than a lot of the other businesses. Usually it's only about 15 minutes. So I think there's some variety, but usually most of them are about 15 minutes. And it's plenty of time, but it's less than some others that give you half an hour, so you do want to keep an eye on it. There's our first weapon drop. Now buzzards are going to come after us. 2 buzzards at a time. And I think there's 3 waves of them, and you can shoot them down. But a lot of times I find I just ignore them, and sometimes they don't even hit me. Sometimes they do damage, and I have to eat some snacks to heal up. Or fight back. Nothing wrong with fighting back, or having a friend with you to shoot at them. Or somebody doing hair patrol around you to shoot at them. But, like I said, a lot of times you can just kind of ignore them once you get used to it. Oh. Come on. I had to lean to the right there. Put all the weight on the right. Push it over. We'll try it down this way this time. Yeah, sometimes you got to ease off the gas or else you just go flying off instead of staying on target. Rum. Woohoo. I pushed the button. Oh, there we go. I had to back up another inch. Alright, last drop. Just over this ridge. Ooh. That was a hard landing. So yeah, I could shoot at them, but I guess at this point I'll just show you that you can really more or less ignore them. Not completely ignore them. They will eventually kill you, especially if they get a good line of sight on you. But many times they shoot about as effective as stormtroopers in a Star Wars movie. That's that. And then the cargo bob picks you up for the last drop. That's a good moment for more coffee. Sometimes you get little glitches in the cutscene, which is hilarious. Let's Good thing I gave that. I was out of the marshal by then. Alright, let's spawn in our presser. Why not? So I'm going to the vehicle menu, request personal vehicle. And I know some of you veterans might be wondering, why is he telling me that? Well, you'd be surprised how many players I run into that don't or forget all the different ways to spawn and just don't even know about the interactive menu way.
Look at that. All deliveries received.
Thank you very much, Agent 14. And let's check our money, because I keep forgetting that. 156.5, so our money's rising. So that's good. So whatever that glitch was about not saving earlier, it doesn't seem to be affecting our payout. So that's good. You don't want to make no money. That's definitely a no-no. Nobody likes working for free. All right. So that's a sightseer. No, not a sightseer. A headhunter and a diamond shopping Terabyte mission. And now the double money bunker cell. All right. What next? On those CEO crate missions, or should we save those for last? Should we save the day at our nightclub? It's been waiting forever. Probably, right? Probably. Oh, you know what? I've still got the casino wheel to go. Oh, yes. Let's go do that. I could... yeah. Well, we're en route. I'm second guessing, but we're on the way, so we're doing it. So another part of today's modern 2020 warm-up is to visit the casino. For all players, you know, newbie and everybody alike. The first time you visit, it asks you for a $500 membership fee, and you should definitely do it, if I remember right, $500, which is nothing in the game. And it gives you 5,000 chips, if I remember right, as a bonus, something like that. So it pays for itself. It gives you $5,000 basically for 500. And then at that point, you are a casino member. Ooh. I'm not even sure if you need to be a casino member to spin the wheel, but I think so. The casino can be a little bit of a funny program, though. Not everybody around the world can use the casino stuff. I'm not sure what it is. Which countries have which restrictions. You know, I think in a lot of countries you can still spin the wheel to win, but I'm not sure if they can do other things or if even the wheel's restricted. I don't know, you can always let me know in the comments. I'd be kind of curious to know if you can do anything in the casino, or is it all not available? You know, I would think that some things would be available. So there's the car of the week. Yeah, I think it's the Gradi Itali GTO, GTV or GTO. I always get the two confused. I think it's GTO. Let's see if we can get it. That'd be nice. I don't have that one yet. Let's see. Maybe I can get that small spin. Whenever I try to do the small spin, it never works. Come on, just a little bit. Just a little. Nope, not today. You can do a really slow spin, but whenever I try to do it, he does the regular spin. What are we going to get? Oh, 40 grand? That'll do. I'll take it. Yay. So, I was saying before, this should be part of your warm-up and part of your grind, because you get money. There's 40 grand. A lot of newbies and regular players alike. You know, why not? Extra money adds up. Oh, and speaking of free money, over here at the cashier's desk, we can grab your visitor bonus, which is an extra 1,000 in chips. I'm going to stock up some more chips. Why not? So you can buy 20,000 chips when you're just a regular member, like I was saying earlier. When you buy a casino penthouse, I'm not sure if you need the dealer table or not, but I think you just buy the casino penthouse and you can buy 50,000 in chips instead of the regular 20,000. So I'm just going to buy those. And now we've got 12.7 million in chips. Just over that. So I got to do some gaming. Now, for those of you who can access all this stuff, there's no reason not to buy chips. So you might want to stock up for a later time when you do play with friends or go to the casino or whatever, because there's no reason not to buy the chips. They have no cost at all. So if I want to right now, I can cash in that 12.7 you see up there in chips. So if I want to, I can just get that right back in cash anytime I want to. You can only buy so many at a time, though, so that's why it's good to stock up, but you can trade them all in anytime you want. I don't think I need the valet or anything today. Our oppressor's out front. But I thought we'd throw in this, because free money's good. I consider that part of the daily grind. Just pop on, get some money. You might even be lucky enough to get a free car. And there's a mystery thing on there, too, that'll potentially give you a car in there, too, sometimes. Which is nice. Yeah, I think some of the old good ones, like the Infernus Classic, like the new DLC Infernus Classic, and I think the regular Infernus, yeah, for that matter, and a bunch of others too. right, all right, all right. So, yes, nightclub. Even though I passed my crate warehouse and stuff, that's okay. That's okay. So my 2 crate warehouses are waiting for us, but they still need 1 more crate mission each, so we got to do that too before we can sell them, so that they're full. I could pull right in. Nah, let's park it. Go in the back door of my nightclub. Yep, Studio Los Santos. Enter our nightclub. Alright, the nightclub is a great business, in my opinion. It's one of those businesses that does take time to make you money, though. But that being said, it's very low maintenance. It does it all by itself. You don't have to buy supplies. You don't have to run supply missions. You don't have to do any of that stuff. So it's much easier than some of the other businesses. And basically free money. You just have to play and wait for it to be ready. Yeah. Grab a couple bullets. So let's go to the safe. Looks like it's been too long since I was here. 40,000 waiting for me in there. So let's grab that. And a little bit more coffee. There we go. Money. All right, so you guys can see my popularity in the bottom right corner has dropped a block and a half. So this is another thing. So the nightclub is really 2 businesses for those of you who haven't bought it yet or haven't heard about it before, broken down like this. In a sense, it's 2 businesses. You have the nightclub upstairs where the party is, and it makes money through that through the safe there. And that money is based on your popularity. So the more popular you are, the more bigger the deposit is. It's, I think, around 10,000 per in-game hour, something like that. And it adds up over time, and you got to stop by your safe and pick it up. The safe only holds a maximum of 70,000, so you got to pick it up in order for it to keep on giving you more. Now, that being said, in order to keep your popularity up, a lot of people hate it because they have to run popularity missions. And you can also get pop-up missions from Tony and from English Dave that are basically almost like a raid in a sense that they make you do the popularity mission right there on the spot. Go help the DJ. And if you say no, you hurt your popularity even further. So it's kind of a forced mission. Now, one way to avoid them, or at least avoid them most of the time, I think I've gotten 1, but that's like it. And I've played a lot, as you can imagine. So, very rarely. So, pick up your safe money, and then go down to basement level 1. And then we're going to change DJs. And a lot of you guys have heard me talk about this before, probably in our episodes and other previous ones, but some of you may not have heard this before. So, this is how you can avoid those popularity missions. So, you can do this upstairs, but I prefer basement level 1, because this way you won't get put on the dance floor. So, we'll go through that here. So, let me just log in here. This is our business computer. And here's our resident DJs. So you do need to unlock 2 DJs. So you might need to do that mission to unlock the second DJ. Solomon kind of unlocks as part of the process of opening up the nightclub. And there's our popularity right there. So we're going to just raise that by changing DJs. Yep, that's as easy as it is. Now, yes, this cost me $10,000 every time I'm doing it, but I just got $40,000 from the safe upstairs. So, in a sense, this is just free money. It didn't cost me anything. I just had to pop by and grab it. That's it. You can let your nightclub go dead, if you want to, and not worry about this, but I like a happening club personally. And I think I do make good money from this, but not a lot or anything, but enough. Millions. Enough for me to do it. I think I'm going to do it again, so there's another block there. So, do it again, and I don't have to worry about it for a while. Let's put Solomon back in. Solomon, you're in. You're up, buddy. Back and forth. All right. Usually I don't go in and out like you guys are seeing me. I'm just doing it so you guys can see the popularity going. Usually I just know, and I just go back and forth and check it here and there if I need to. So there we go. Nightclub earnings. So this is $10 million. So like I've said before, I feel like I just put in 30,000, but I grabbed 40. So I've still got a profit of 10,000 cash from that safe. And a lot of times I feel like I make at least 40 to 60% of the money I get from the safe. At least 40% of it though. And I don't have to worry about popularity missions, which is the whole point. All right, now the other business is the downstairs business, which is the warehouse. And that's really a separate part of the nightclub. And down here they source from all your other businesses. So it's a good way to make money on top of all your other businesses. And some people don't like the other businesses, like the MC Cell missions and all that other stuff. But they'll buy those properties at the cheapest they can, not upgrade them because you don't need to if you're not going to be running the missions. And then that way you get a nightclub and it can source from those businesses. So All you need to do is have the business open for it to source from it. So let's sell. All right, so everything is full. This is the maximum amount that you can get in the nightclub, 1,690,000, without any double money events or anything like that anyway. Normally you guys don't want to wait this long because you could get raided, and it takes a long time for it to fill up. You're better off to I think even if you wait around 1.4 million, it's easy to do that quickly, and the last couple 100,000 can take a long time. The slow ones are the cargo and shipments and sporting goods, I think. Now, these other faster ones, printing and copying, cash creation, and organic produce, these ones are quick. I find quite often I'll just put one technician on these ones, and he'll obviously fill it up, and I'll just switch him to the next and switch him to the next, and I'll leave my other technicians doing these ones. And sometimes it's a good idea to sell these, well, I'll get to that in a second, sell these to keep it building up more. So the special orders down here, for those that don't know, the special orders have a hidden bonus in them that doesn't tell you about, never shows up, but it is hidden in the math. So this basically cancels out Tony's cut. Tony takes 10% every time you do a sell, but this has a bonus 10% hidden in there. So it's a good idea to do these special orders wherever you can, whenever possible. Now, another way to avoid Tony's cut is that Tony's 10% cut is only taken up to $1 million. So Tony will take $100,000, 10% of your $1 million, but he doesn't take any more after $1 million. So he's not going to take any cut from me for the 690,000 there. So that means I'm saving 68,000, something like that, 69,000 off of his cut. Not much, but you know, over as you do a sell and a sell and a sell and a sell and a sell, that little tiny bit adds up. And all these little tiny bits across all the different businesses add up. So let's get to selling it all. $1.6 million, almost 1.7. Are you sure? I think so. Give it to me straight, Tony. What do we got today? Delivery vehicle.
Okay, time to offload some of this stuff.
Yeah.
You're making 2 dead drops, and
Yep.
the third is a face-to-face with the buyer's people.
Okay.
They seem pretty paranoid, so look out for trouble along the way, okay?
All right. Great. Trouble along the way. Awesome. Just what you want to hear. All right, so 3 drops apparently, and potential trouble on the way. I can use the truck's vehicles, but I usually don't. I usually just find my vehicles are fine. These vehicles are heavily armored when you're on a cell mission only. So if you just pull them out of your garage, they're single explosion and they're dead. Take a shortcut. But when you're on a cell mission like we are right now, it takes a lot of missiles to blow this up. I'm not sure how many. It depends on the vehicle that's shooting at it. But easily 9 or more missiles it could easily take. Yeah. Sorry to be so unspecific, but I'm driving at the same time, so it's very tough when you're on your cell mission. I also do not put on the weapons on the top, as you guys can see. I keep those weapons off the top. It's nice to have them, but they get caught on so many overhangs and bridges and all kinds of stuff where you'll get stuck. Now, if you plan ahead, if you look ahead, you can find routes around them, but it can be a pain, especially around the mountain, way up in the north. There's a lot of places that you get stuck up there through the tunnels and stuff through the mountain. So it's much easier, in my opinion, to just leave those weapons right off. Oh, wrong street. Is that? No. I was looking for a street, but it's pointing me down an alleyway. Yeah, and on these missions, I don't know if it's different for you guys, but they never show me the glowing orb, the spot. You just kind of have to figure it out on the map. I think it's right here. There we go. But I never get the mission thing. And remember, the GPS is a suggestion, not required. So I'm ignoring the GPS right now because it's ridiculous to go backwards through that. It's much easier to just go around. Oh, I got stuck on the guy. Get out of the way. Bad guy's incoming. I was going to shoot at him, but we're going. Oh, no. Oh, train coming. We got time. I think. Now they're back there. We got a fast truck, or they're really slow. One of the... Maybe both. So I keep getting ready to take them out, but they really aren't staying with me. Which is good, I guess. We'll just keep going. One thing about these cell vehicles is they don't like turning. Not the van, not the mule truck, and not this big MTL Pounder Custom. They all don't handle the turns very well, but they got lots of go as far as the vehicles that they are. You know, it's a fast-moving van and a fast-moving truck and all that stuff, but they don't like to turn. Very stiff too. Oh, look out! Oh, what did I hit? That's a super strong light pole there. Jeez. I don't know what happened there, though. Usually those light poles get taken out no problem. Alright, so we're still on our own. It's a good idea to be looking around every now and again, be situationally aware. Don't want to get stuck on a tree. They love to drive in front of you. Take that and that. Yeah, the NPCs are so bad that way. They're trying to get away is what they suggest that the code is, but I've wondered sometimes, like, because they really seem to do it slowly, you know, they just pull in front of you and kind of hang there for a couple seconds, you know. If you were running for your life, I would be turning around a lot faster than that, like, right? So this is why people insinuate that there's a conspiracy, that the AI, the NPC, is out to get us. And I've seen some evidence to kind of support it, you know. I think I might have mentioned that before, but I got a couple friends. I got one friend in particular that kills a lot of NPCs. There we go. He's just not cruel or anything like that. He's just constantly fighting, you know, constantly fighting. I think many of you guys might be like that too. Fighting the cops, fighting anybody, fighting everybody all the time. And I don't know if the game cares, but I swear, whenever I play with him, the NPCs are out to get us, and they're more aggressive, and they get in our way more, and you know, everybody's a gang member. All the NPCs seem to have a pistol in their pocket, you know. There's many NPCs that'll have a gun, you know, and gangsters as well. But whenever I'm playing with them, it's like everybody has a gun. Yeah, sometimes it's like everybody wants to fight. It's strange. So it's things like that make people wonder if there's secret code where the NPC is secretly trying to get you. Yeah. It's disguised as trying to get away or trying to panic, but secretly it's trying to kill you. So watch out for them. The AIs are rising already. Oh, turns. Oh, he couldn't handle the turn either, apparently. Go truck. You got to be careful off-roading these trucks too, because they, like I said, they're stiff, so it's easy to get them caught on things, wedged in places. Look out, guys, coming through. Nightclub management. Nightclub security, look out. We're being chased by unhappy patrons. Alright, last drop coming up. Coming right up. Oh, and I have to cough, so I'm just going to mute my microphone for a second. Yeah, that's better. Okay, oh, more incoming. I don't know what they're doing. You see that? They're just like ignoring me, driving by. I think it's because we got too close to the end point. Sometimes you get close and it messes up the AIs because it becomes a new part of the mission. So right now we got to protect these guys. Eventually. Oh, tiny little tire is all it took to stop our truck. Hola. Good. Oh, what's going on? they're here already. Did they get any of our guys? I don't think so. Took some shots, but I don't think they got any of our guys. So we got to keep the buyer's associate, that buyer, they got to stay alive. And we got 10 enemies remaining, but they come in waves, so there's nothing you can really do to make it any faster other than waiting. Or you can try to chase them down, but they'll respawn here, and you might not be in the right spot when they show up to fight these guys again. Where is he going? Wanted to use my laser weapon on him, but he's taking forever. Sometimes the AI does not find its way. We've talked about that before too. Sometimes you gotta whip out your buzzard or something and go chase them down. That's right. Take that. Where's your friend? Nope. Where's the other guy? Whoa, taking fire. Where's he going? I'm right here. Fight me. Fight me. Well, when you're in cover, you can have your snacks. Just another tip. Inventory. Snacks, and you won't have to watch them eat it. It goes kind of slow that way. So when you're inside a vehicle or cover, you can just have as many as need, as quick as you need. And I think I would be fine without doing the healing, but, you know, might as well. Just in case. Nope. Got his friend. I was lucky with headshots that time. But still effective. That's right. That's why I like this weapon. Doesn't have the greatest range though, necessarily, but does a great job. He's gonna come this way. Oh, he's gonna come this way. Yay. That's that. I'll teach him. Don't mess with my buyers. Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. What do we... I guess we need a vehicle, right? Well, yeah, this is how the Oppressor Mark II is handy. Just because it's quick and easy and it flies, so... Yeah, the AP pistol. Good pistol. I think it's free pistols week, so for any newbies, you definitely want your AP pistol. The automatic pistol. I don't know if it's supposed to be automatic armor piercing, but I think it would be automatic pistol, AP pistol. Yeah. So let's leave. There's our money. All right. 158 million now. Woohoo. So 1,590,000 was the total after Tony's cut of 100,000 in the bottom left there. And our nightclub's already put in another 10,000.
And the sale is made. You get the cash. I get not to worry about being caught with that stuff in the club and sent to the can. It's a win for both of us.
Perfect. All right, thank you, Tony. Although I don't know what I thank you for, because he really doesn't do a lot. Or anything. But hey, you know, he gives us the instructions, I guess. All right, so we've done all that. Now we've got to do our crate missions, and I should maybe do a CO car, perhaps. I don't know. We haven't done a CO car in a while. That might be a good thing to do too, right? That's something I do all the time. Well, not all the time, but here and there when I'm in the mood for it. Like I said, depending on my mood, different things I grind away on. But the CO cars is a great way to make money too. Yeah, I guess we'll go do that right now. And then we'll do the big ones for the end. The big, large crate warehouses. Why not, right? All right. There we are on top of the roof of my office, Long Bank West. Let's head inside. And some coffee. Now I can go in my Terabyte and other places to launch the mission. You know, to launch the CEO car mission or crate missions.
Anything you need, boss.
Perfect. Thanks, Benny. We'll talk later. All right, we're going to sit down here at the big desk. Now, I like running the CEO car missions from my office just because I like doing it with a cargo bot. So we've talked about that many times in the past, but maybe some newbies haven't seen it. New viewers, newbie players, yeah, all kinds of new people. But I like the cargo bot helicopter. Carries the car. And once you get good at it, it's a little bit of a learning curve if you're not used to it, you know, to learn how to fly it and to learn how to carry things. But once you do figure out all that stuff, it's faster and usually less damage, and you avoid all the enemies, and it's a better way of doing it. So I like leaving from the office because it just makes it easy. One stop, I pick up my helicopter and go. So vehicle cargo. All right, guys. And we do have our episode. I can't remember what one it is, but have a look on our guides. Somewhere I've got a rundown of how to get top range only, and hopefully I'll remember it. I'll put a card into the YouTube cards that pop up there, so it'll remind you guys, yeah, how you can do what I'm doing now, how to get top range only and pick whatever car you want, really. So after you do all that setup, as we said before, I usually look at this percentage. 78% is what I want to see. It means I've got the 31 cars in there, and it means it's ready for a new car. If I ever forget, it's been a while since I played or I've been doing other things, if it said more than 78%, then I know that I've got a car already ready to sell, in case you lose track. So basically, once you get it set up, it'll always be 78% for me until all the time, every time I source. There we go. So there's the 811. I still do 811s all the time. That's my chosen car. And that
Our fearless leader.
that top range only method still works. I change cars all the time every now and again and change it back to the 811 because it's generally my favorite choice
How can I help you?
for the car I like to sell. It's fastest and easiest. So let's see.
As soon as you've decided, I'll
Cargo
get the
Bob.
Pegasus rep to prepare the vehicle. Whatever you want. I'll get him to bring it up to the helipad.
All right. So away we go. So lots of ways to get your hands on your cargo bob, but I find it's easiest just to land at the office quite often and leave with my cargo bob already.
Details should be with you on this car. It's parked at that location. This is straightforward enough. Let's get this one back in good shape.
All right, Benny. Let's see how straightforward it is. So it's up over here. It's a very loud helicopter, though. It's the one downside. Dual rotors, heavy lift, heavy noise. It does look like it might be an easy one. All right, so just out back of that house. Sorry, let me fix it. There's a car down there. See the orange car, the black? That's our car, right down there in the backyard. Now, I usually look to see, is it protected or not protected? You can get variations. So I see some people down there, so that means it's protected. So that means I gotta get some guys before I can get away with it. So, no weapons on the cargo bob, unless you count ramming things or landing on them. That'll do. Now, at this point, I could call in a vehicle, I could call in all kinds of things. I could just walk over there and kill them. I might just do that. Do I want to call in anything?
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
Let's bring in an old classic. Why not? Let's bring in the armored Karuna. Yeah. Karuna armored. Why not?
I'll get there as soon as I can.
Generally speaking, the most bulletproof vehicle. And there's others that compete with it, though. And I say bulletproof, not explosive proof. It's actually kind of a weak vehicle, but it is, like as far as explosions go. But bullets have a hard time penetrating it. Near bulletproof. Watch out for the corners and when people get behind you. And if you've taken too much damage. But otherwise, generally speaking, it's bulletproof. Alright, so now she tells us it's an entourage. Now I could just swoop in and have grabbed that car, and sometimes my cargo bob wouldn't take too much damage doing so. They're making it easy. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he's running away. Where's he going? Get back here. Do I need to move the car? I don't think so. I think my cargo bot will get that. Where are you? Maybe he just really doesn't actually want to do his job. He's just kind of pretending. So he keeps getting paid. I'll get you as he runs away. But I don't trust him. He's just going to shoot at my helicopter and stuff as we take off. Here we go. Sorry, buddy. He's hiding in the bushes, but he would have shot at us. And what it cost me money on my car. That's after all this trouble, I'm not going to have that happen. Alright, now there's other ways of doing this, obviously. I just kind of show you guys different ways. Play around with it, have fun. Laid back grinding. And I hope that between the lines it gives you guys ideas on how to do it yourself. You know, for people that like to fly, people that don't like to fly. Alright, so I've dropped my hook. And take it nice and slow at this point because of the buildings. There we go. Up, up, and away. Now, many missions, they come after you, but not at the spot where you got the car. So as long as I stay here, they won't come after me until I leave the zone. So usually it's a good idea to get a little altitude so they don't shoot at you from the ground. And if any helicopters come at you, you can outrun them. But for me, this is probably good enough. I'm just across the water to my warehouse, so we should be okay. There's a helicopter. You're being pursued. Drop your tail and bring the car in. It's way back there somewhere. There it is. Now, if you're ever caught in a bind, you know, if I was lower and I forgot, you can always try to go around buildings and things like that if they're in your way. And a lot of times these helicopters won't navigate around them very well, and they'll slow right down or crash right into the building and save the day for you. So use the landscape if you need to. Alright, here's my car warehouse. There we go. And in she goes. Delivered. Now, that's one part of the mission. I usually just put them in and out.
We're adding that car to your database.
Thanks, Benny. There's my bills. So many bills. Alright. So now I've brought the car in, and I could just leave it there for now. But I usually just go right in and sell it right away. I guess for you guys it makes it more consistent. You can see it going in and you can see it going out. So money being gotten ready and then money being made, I suppose. We could say. Yeah, something like that. The process. So like I said, we do have a video that shows you how to do this, but in a nutshell, you basically just get all the cars that they show you on the collection screen. There's 32 different kinds, and keep them in there. And as you go along, you save the right ones and sell the wrong ones, don't have any duplicates, and at the very end, when you have all the right cars, it's oddly enough, whatever car you sell will be the car it gives you again next. And then you just basically would repeat that. You'd get that car, sell it again, get that car, sell it again. I think I explained it better in that other video. Let's export the one we just brought in. This just happens to be the collection car, actually. So all my collections will be full, see? Now you don't need to do the collection way, but I find it works a little bit better than the non-collection way. But it's really all about the car types, not necessarily these license plates. But I find this way works better, and it's easier to track, because you can come on this screen and see all the cars you have and don't have. Yeah. Now at this point, because I've gotten the collection one, where is it? Sorry, I just blazed through. Here it is. There's the car we just got. So if I wanted to right now, guys, I could change the car that I picked. So if I was tired of getting 811s all the time, I could now pick a different car. And I'd probably pick a top range one. Sort by completion, drivers? No. Sort by value, I guess. Oh, it's just for the collections. Yeah. But I can find out. I can see which one's on here. And on the export screen, you can change it over to the top range. Top range. Because why sell the medium and lower ranges, right? If you're going to sell them over and over, pick a top range. So at this point, if I wanted to, I could change it to the T20 or the Reaper. I've changed it many times just for the fun of it, to the Mamba, to the Sterling. Yeah. But you guys wouldn't be around to see that it works next time. Yeah, I guess you've seen in the past episodes. Hopefully you believe me, because I've been doing this for a very long time. So I would change it, but you guys wouldn't see me source another one to see that it works. But whatever one I changed it to would be the one that popped up next time I sourced another mission from the office. Yeah. So if I sell this T20, I go to the office and I source another car, and it's going to give me a T20 again. And then I sell that one, and it'll give me a T20 again. And I sell that one, and it'll give me a T20 again. Yeah. And at some point, if I wanted to, I could keep the one, like this one, and change it to it. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I sell the... Yeah, we'll sell the one we just got, right? Complete the process. Export. Specialist. For the most money. Makes the most sense. Jugger. Pick that. I like the black, so we'll just pick that.
Look at me, Mama. Printing license plates for a living.
When I don't feel creative, I go brushed black steel. I don't know why. Feels lucky. I don't know why. It's quick and easy. A little bit of style, I suppose, on certain vehicles. This vehicle it works all right with. Gotta tint the windows, of course, and get rid of the neon lights. There we go. That's good enough. Wheel type, high-end chrome, but I want these carbon chromes, so it gives it a nice dark profile. Yeah, sure. Carbon Inferno it is. And away we go. You can obviously do it faster or slower. Hop out of our car. Get to the job.
All right, people, let's get this over the line. The quote is for no damage. Get to the buyer like that, and we're good.
Alright, so I parked my chopper, as you guys could see, nearby. Not too close, because it has a tendency to despawn if you park it too close. There we go, pick up the car. And get some altitude. And have some coffee. Again. There we go. Okay, I'm still on my own. So when you're alone, AIs will spawn to attack you. If there was another player here, no AIs would spawn to attack me. Instead, the threat is other players. So right now I'm alone, and AIs might spawn down there. But as long as I'm high enough, they won't get me. And they may not even spawn at all if you're high enough. But you don't really need to worry too much about them, as long as you've got a little bit of height. A little bit of altitude. Now we're off we go. Usually want to kind of dip the cargo bob as you go along. Usually about halfway forward is about the best way. Best forward. Not too far forward or you'll lose altitude. But you kind of go back and forth. Dip it forward. Pull it back, get some altitude. Now with this one we're going to Devin Weston's house, for those of you who remember that spot. There's only so many spots where you sell the cars, so you get used to them after a little while. Yeah, one of them's a house back there. One of them's over here, and I haven't actually gotten that one in a little while now. Oh, I gotta keep going. See, there's a guy down there on the road. And I usually try to keep myself off-road. Not off-road, but above the hills, because that keeps them from spawning, because there's no road for them to spawn on. So you'll notice there's no more bad guys down there right now. As long as I get over this road fast enough, they won't even show up. And then I just fly right along. And this is Devin Weston's house. Now, it's a little tricky with this one when you first come across it, but once you've gotten used to it, it's nice and easy. So you actually just want to bring it right to the garage, right to this little roof, and it'll automatically take it right here. 100,000. Well, 80,000 because it costs you 20,000. So 80,000 profit. Yay.
This is huge.
Oh, not right now, Penny. Not sure what she's referring to there. So, back to the city. And at this point I could go to the bunker, but we already sold that. I could stop and call in my oppressor. But I'll just take this loud chopper back to the city for a second. It did okay. It made us another 80,000. Nice and easy. Yeah, so that leaves us with the 2 large crate warehouses. The CEO crate missions, which I believe was the very first business in the game. Yeah, they brought out the office and the CEO crate warehouses. And that was the very first start of all this stuff that we've been doing for this whole episode, I think, more or less. I think. Yeah, they had the VIP missions around the same time or at the same time. Okay, let's call in the Terabyte. And we're gonna do our crate missions from there. Oh, there we go. Services. Terabyte. Request. I usually like this spot. You can call your Terabyte in all over the place, but I tend to like this spot just because it's in between my warehouses. All right. Whew. Still got it ringing in my ears after that. It's such a loud helicopter. Much better. All right, so the last thing, yes, CEO crates. So this is the one of the favorite ways for a lot of people to make money. Even though it was the original way and one of the oldest ways, it's still one of the best ways, and it still has one of the biggest payouts in the game. So when you complete a large crate warehouse, it pays out $2.2 million. Now, you do have to buy crates, and for time, it's best to buy 3 crates at a time, which costs you 18,000 at a time. In the end, it costs you 666,000 to fill up a large crate warehouse. So it does have a cost, almost 700,000, so 666,000, and then when you sell it, $2.2 million. Now, some people out there buy the crate warehouses when they're on sale and wait for the double money events. They'll fill it up and just wait for Rockstar to do the double money events when they sell for $4.4 million each. So that's crazy. That's great. You really only need 1 to enjoy it. Some people really like the missions though, and you can always buy, I think, up to 5 warehouses, but you really don't need that many. Just 2 large crate warehouses, and then you can do crate warehouses back to back all day long. You know, they do have a cooldown timer like all the missions, but if you have, but that cooldown timer is attached to your warehouse. So if you have 2 warehouses, you can do that mission and then go to the other mission for the other warehouse and do them back to back that way, and fill up the crates faster. Even though it is longer because you're doing 2 warehouses. Yeah, I think you know what I mean. I hope so. All right, so Terabyte here again, and let's see, special cargo. All right, so I need 1 crate in one of our warehouses and 3 crates in the other to finish filling them up. So I'll talk about that, I guess, in a second. So tobacco and alcohol. We'll go to West Vinewood, so that's the one that needs 3 then, by the looks of it. Have to decide if I want to sell it right away after or go get the other crate. All right, here we go.
Just ping the collection location through to you. Pick up the goods and bring them back to the warehouse. I don't anticipate any trouble.
All right, so let's check our map. Now I've gotten 3 crates, and it's going to my warehouse right here. So there's my warehouses right there. That's my other one. Don't worry about that. I keep my rare cargo in that one. But my main 2 large crate warehouses are this one here, down in the Zero Gas building, and the other one up here, the West Vinewood. That's where we're going today. Now, whenever you get these crate missions, check your map. I'm just going to start again. And when you see the crate warehouse icon, it means that you have to pick up individual crates. So I'm going to have to pick up 3 crates and go back and forth 3 times, unfortunately. If this icon disappears and there's no icon here, it means that you just have a single vehicle, which is nice. So it'd be a van or a truck or something like that. So today we got to pick up 3 crates. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that there's going to be 3 individual crates, no single vehicle. And that's a little trick that you can use to know. Now, sometimes if you're playing with teammates, like friends, that's something you can do to help out. You can tell when they need your help, 3 different crates, and when one person's all you really need to drive the vehicle. If you know what I mean. So the other person could stay back at the office, or the other person could fly air support, fly around in a jet fighter, you know. That's not very useful if you have, you know, if they have to pick up 3 different crates though, right? But if you know it's a single vehicle, well, one person grabs the truck and the other person protects them. But anyway, it's nice to give you a heads up so that you know what to expect, at least a little bit anyway. So let's see what's going to go on. She's going to tell me something in a moment. Yeah, there's our broken into truck. And the driver. Oh, poor drivers. All right. And thieves. They're on the run right now. Oh, there he is. That one just because I was facing at him. Where's the other one? There he goes. There's the other one. Where's this guy going? No boat rides for him today. So you do want to kind of control your fire, because a moment after the crates land, they become vulnerable. So if I shot 2 missiles, there's a chance that the second missile would destroy the crate. So watch out for that. You can blow up your own cargo, obviously, in these missions. You don't want to do that. That's very bad. Oh, those hacker things. Yeah, there's little sensors around the town. I got to blow those up, actually. I've gotten a couple by accident so far, so. But they're around the town. I believe it has something to do with the casino heist. And they have these little hacker sensors, and I think it's 50 of them around the map, and you have to blow them all up. And you, I think, get access to a better hacker, I think, for the casino heist missions. So we haven't got into the casino heist missions, as you guys can tell. I try not to read too much about it until we're getting into it. You know, I don't like to spoil it, right? I like to keep it fresh. So first experience and all that kind of stuff, but I like to read enough to know what's going on, you know, the basics and all that kind of stuff. But not the spoilers. Hopefully that makes sense, you know. It's like when you read a spoiler-free review, you know. And I tend to look that up for GTA 2. Spoiler-free reviews. That don't tell me, but do tell me, you know. So, we'll have to get into the casino heist stuff. But as far as I understand, there's a bunch of different crew members you can use for the different methods of the casino heist. So a lot of heists out there have a stealth method, like a quiet method, and a loud method, you know, fighting method. And depending on the methods you use, you can use different crew members. But I think a lot of times you have to unlock different ones through different mini missions that you would do. So, we shall find out. So now we got to go back and forth for 3 crates. Woohoo. Yep. And these missions, the oppressor is kind of handy that way, because you can just kind of zoom around. And it's hard to fit helicopters in these little spots sometimes. So I'll head back with this other crate, and this warehouse will be full. So, large crate warehouses. So, yeah, so just to mention that, those can be rated, like I mentioned earlier. So, when your crate warehouse, and this is for the small, the medium, and the large, but if you're going to get into crate warehouses, I recommend the largest, because the more crates you sell, the bigger the bonus. So if you're going to do it for money, you might as well make it for the most money. You know, I know some people are a little intimidated by the price, and it's not that much though, and intimidated by the amount that you're, you know, selling in a single mission. But at the same time, if you're in it for the money, you might as well make the money, right? So the large crate warehouse, in my opinion, is the way to go. But either way, once your warehouse is over halfway full, over 50% full, you can be raided. It's a low chance, but you can be raided. And you have to watch out for these raids. A lot of times they're easy missions, but they are risking all your cargo. So some people tell you to just quit. That's, in my opinion, bad advice, because there are some raid missions that can happen to you where your cargo is taken. Like say, I think one of them, these guys have your truck. It's like a mule truck, which drives me crazy because we can't use a mule truck to sell all our stuff, but they somehow fit all your stuff in a single truck. Anyway, off topic. But these guys have a truck and it's got all your goods in it. If you quit, I'm pretty sure it saves that all your stuff's gone, you know, on that particular mission. So I think some of them you could quit and maybe avoid the raid, but I wouldn't recommend it because if you don't know which mission is which and which one it's giving you, and you know, it's hard to run them down. Most people don't get raided very often to get good at them, right? So, but anyway, I'd be careful on that. I wouldn't recommend quitting on the raids on that. Yeah, because it might save all your stuff gone. Anyway, the raids are a pain when they happen because in that mission I just mentioned, it's just a truck mission. You kill the two guys, you hijack the truck, and you bring it back to the warehouse. It's pretty straightforward. But during that time, if anything goes wrong, if a player blows up your truck, if and attacks you, if you crash off the road into the river, anything like that, all your stuff's gone. So even though it's a really simple mission, it's a very risky simple mission. You know, it's one of those times where everything's great and everything's gone. Just like that can happen. I think some of you know what I mean, so watch out for that. Yeah, because you don't want to lose. It takes a long time to fill a crate warehouse. It's always it's a bit of a gut-wrenching feeling to lose all that. It's a lot of time. Is it worth it? Yes, but it can be a lot of time. And some people don't like it because, you know, it doesn't pay out right away. You know, you have to spend a lot of time going back and forth, and really you're spending money. You're watching your money go down. Although you can offset that, run headhunter missions, things like that. But otherwise, you're watching money go down. That time we got it. Enough with the setting off my alert. Yeah. So there's another signal jammer destroyed. 10 out of 50. Yeah. Once your crate warehouse is over 50% full, it can be raided, and as you increase the amount in there, it increases the odds of you being raided. So watch out for that. And the maximum is when it's full. So then it almost takes a little boost in the chance of being raided. So a lot of people will still fill up their crate warehouse, but will leave one mission out because it seems a lot less likely to be raided than when it's completely full. So try to avoid completely filling it, unless you're going to sell it right away. Maybe leave one crate out or one 3-crate mission. It's up to you. All right. I could just go to the glowy thing over there, but I find it's usually quicker to just go in and out of the door. And retire to avoid any raids. And I could have just sold it, but I'm already on the way out of habit, so I guess we're going to go run that other crate mission right now. I guess that answers that. So, mind you, I don't know if I'm technically, kind of doing what I just told you guys to watch out for. I just filled that warehouse, and now I'm leaving it for a moment. So, now, just to reaffirm for any newbies out there, you can't be raided, because this is important information, you can't be raided when you're not in your company, though. So all those things I'm worried about, raideds and all that stuff, doesn't apply when you're not in the business. So right now I'm just a regular player. I'm not part of my MC. I'm not a part of my CEO company anymore or anything. During that time, I don't have to be worried about being raided. That said, the game can glitch on occasion, but that's not supposed to happen. It's happened to me once too. I know a few players might have had that happen as well. But it's not supposed to happen. And I find this does work for me, guys, that normally I feel like I avoid most of the raids by staying out of those companies whenever I've got things full. It's not as bad as you guys see me acting now. I'm doing this because all my stuff's full. Most of the time, my stuff's not all full like this, right? So you don't have to worry as much. So let's run that last crate mission, and then we're all full and ready. So I'm back in the company, hopping right in, avoiding it, giving it any chance to call me with a mission. Oh, I got to do one crate, yeah, because I've only got room for one. See? Yeah, just double checking. No room for two, room for one, 0 gas.
It's there for taking. Get it and bring it back to the warehouse.
All right. Thanks, Benny. Come on. I think even on a single crate mission, it does work to tell. Yeah, this should be a vehicle. So there's no icon anymore, so this should be a vehicle. It doesn't really matter with a single crate, though, but like we're picking up. But nonetheless, I got a feeling it will still be a single vehicle, and if it wasn't, if it was just a crate that I was picking up, then I would see the warehouse icon there. Law enforcement sees the goods. They won't know we're coming. All right. There they are right down there. Okay. Law enforcement. So these guys in a van are actually quite easy. You can fight them and all that stuff, but it might get carried way out of hand. A lot of times it's good to wait for them to stop at an intersection like this. There we go. Excuse me, you have my stuff. Thank you very much, officers. Have a nice day. All right. Now, I could just avoid them, but we'll just call Lester and get them off us. Yeah, so you can do it just that easy. Instead of going in guns a-blazing and they might run away from you, and things would escalate, and maybe more cops, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'll get you out of trouble. No problem.
Let's use our sirens. Out of the way. Important money making. Laid back riding. Look out. Going through the red light. Yeah, so it's just nice and easy. Now, if they didn't stop at the intersection, another good thing to do is those guys in the vans will stop for other traffic. So see this NPC, this other civilian here in front of me? The cops will stop for him. So you can stop this car, as a player, you can get in front of this car and stop the car, and it'll stop the guys driving this van, and they'll stop behind it. And I mentioned that for you, and then you just take the van. Because if you try to stop it with yourself, they'll usually ram you. So other players, they just ram you right away, but they'll stop for other civilians. Not you. So just stop a civilian in front of them, and then they won't ram you. And away you go. All right. 0 gas is full. Now, just while we talk, I'm going to retire. So in the bottom left corner, you can see the normal full value is 2,220,000. Nice. And this is a large warehouse, and it's all full. All this stuff. And we've got another one up at West Vinewood that we just dropped the 3 crates at, and it's full just like this one. So I've been working on it off and on for a little while. And I said, for me, it's mood-based. Sometimes I just hop on and it's easy, and I just run them back to back for a little while. Sometimes when I'm playing with teammates, it's a good thing to run these missions. So sometimes, like I said, it depends on the situation. But when you're with players, it's a good idea to run crate missions because it makes it easier, it makes it faster when you have friends with you or other teammates. But it also it pays out well. Every time you run a crate mission, it increases their CEO pay. So it's a good way to boost their pay fast is by running crate missions. The other way to boost CEO pay is by doing sell missions. Selling the bunker, selling all this. But as you can imagine, you can only sell this once. But I could run a whole bunch of crate missions, right? Really fast. So you could raise your teammates' pay faster by running crate missions than by sell missions necessarily. It all depends if you have cells ready, I guess. Yeah, so hopefully those that know do those kinds of things know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a good way to raise their pay. So let's see. So what do you think? Should we sell them? Yeah. Now over here is your vehicles. When you buy a large crate warehouse, you have the vehicle delivery panel here. Can I log in? Yeah. So delivery truck, delivery planes, delivery boat. There's only 3 ways that we can sell here from the crate warehouse. You do want to upgrade the planes and get the armor upgrade. There is a mission where it's very hard to do without being shot down, especially when you're alone, when you're playing solo. So it's definitely worth it to upgrade the armor on the planes so that the Titan is armored. Now from there, other people would want to upgrade the tugboat because it increases the speed of the tugboat. It's one of the slowest, maybe even the slowest vehicle in the game. So it's a very slow mission. So anything you can do to make it faster is better, right? And the delivery trucks is not as important, but you know, if you're worried about other players and things like that, it's good to go do those upgrades. I think all these upgrades to get them all are roughly around 1.2 million or something like that, and I think they're generally worth it. But I think the plane one is a must-have. All right, so let's do a cell mission. So I think we ran through that. I usually don't talk about the vehicle, so I thought we'd hit it this time. There's a map. Hey, if you want, you guys could tell me where you are out there. I know a lot of us are in certain areas, but there's people everywhere. We've been watched together everywhere. I think there's very few countries left on the world that haven't watched us together. I think North Korea is one. We got to work on that. Come on, North Korea. You know you want to watch us, right? Yeah. For some reason they're a holdout. I don't know why. All right. So we're going to do that cell mission. So I've got 2 missions left. I'm hesitating, as you guys can tell, maybe a little bit. You're thinking, oh, just go. Yeah. Well, I get nervous at this point, as I always say, because it's $2.2 million on the line. And yeah, you can quit and hope it doesn't save it, but you can also lose $2.2 million. Just like that. And all that time running all those missions. All right. Do we need anything? Do we need to get our presser nearby or anything? No, we'll get vehicles. Yeah, we should be. Well, yeah, we can call in our vehicle after. We don't need to worry about it. Although sometimes it is a good idea to get a helicopter. You know, depending on what vehicles you guys have ready, maybe you don't have an oppressor. So if I didn't have my oppressor, I would probably get a helicopter. You know, but we've got the CEO helicopter in the CEO menu too, right? So to remind you guys, it's in there. Well, I have to join my company to show you, but you have CEO menu helicopters and things like that you can use, but you might want to have a good vehicle ready in case you have to go somewhere fast. Sometimes the missions are a little distance away, and sometimes the trucks are right outside. So we're going to find out, make some more money. What are we at right now? 158. So this is going to clear 160 million. The most money I've ever had. Yeah. All right. Yeah, sell all right there. 2.2 million. There we go. Continue. Here we go. Outside. What do we got today? Enter a plane.
You ready, boss?
No, I don't
The
know.
deal's set up. Everything's in place.
Okay.
Just deliver the goods, and we're all good.
All right. A plane. Let's see. Now, the truck missions are always nice, and for those of you who watched a lot of our previous laid-back grinding, you'll know I've been pretty lucky getting lots of trucks for a while now. So, not this time. There's I just used the vehicle menu to call in my oppressor. Just a quick vehicle to get us to the spot. Nope, right to the airport. Looks like we have 3 planes, is what I'm seeing. 3 different squares. Huh. That's interesting. Usually this is a Titan. I've never seen this, to be honest with you guys. I'm pretty sure I've never seen this before. And I've seen these missions before, but not on a full warehouse. The full warehouse is almost always the Titan. I've never seen the little planes on the big cell. Strange. Well, let's find out what happened. Missile lock-on jammer is available if you have a passenger. Well, we don't. Next time, I suppose. Away we go. Liftoff. I get so used to my jet fighters, I gotta remember other planes don't perform like that. They take longer to lift off. They are more fragile, harder to land. Yeah. Now we'll get some altitude, although I'm not sure if that's really going to help us on this mission. But we've said before that when you're at a higher altitude, over 800 feet, you get a little 10% bonus in speed on your plane. Except complete shipments. I think I talked in part 1 about that, how if you lose on the CEO mission, you lose it all, is what it's basically telling you up there, which is crazy and ridiculous. And who would run such a criminal organization, like I said, like that? So you're basically telling me, like, if I drop off 9 out of 10 drops, they keep the 9 for free, and I lose everything? Like, what? What? I don't think so. And I've got a whole garage full of weaponized vehicles and an inventory of weaponized weapons that say otherwise. I think that's ridiculous. But yeah, I think in the first one I was mentioning that Rockstar doesn't like consistency. And the MC missions, if you do those cells, they give you a payout for everything that you sold. So if half your stuff got blown up, you still get paid for half. And the CEO missions, if half your stuff gets blown up and you lose it all. So yeah. So don't do that. So basically, if things go wrong, guys, you do want to quit, I guess. Basically, like early before things have gone too wrong, before it saves that you quit. So right now, if I thought it was going to not work out, I'd just quit, and then it would probably give me a penalty of a few crates. But yeah, better than having it saved that I failed. Basically, if you save failed, you lose everything. It's so weird the way Rockstar sets up things. Alright, so here's our first drop. What? Land the plane to deliver the special cargo. Really? As you guys can tell, I have not done this mission. We're not done this since a small crate warehouse with friends or myself a long time ago. Every time I've ever sold a big one, and it's been a plane, it's always been the Titan. Okay, watch out for telephone poles. And what the heck? There's people shooting at me. You'll need to make them out before you can make the sale. What? Are you kidding me? There's people here already? That's not right. I can barely see them. You messing with my sales? You gonna die. Ooh, you're getting me good. I didn't want body armor, but it'll do. Yeah, snacks. Oops, too many snacks. That's okay. We're running. We'll lose the weight. Ah, there he is. And I'd recommend taking cover, guys, but I don't really have any cover. I probably should have called in a vehicle, though, or something, right? Something to take these guys out with and do that. But usually I'd know what's going on, but this time I did not. Okay, so we took them out. I better get back, right? Oh, it's gone. I'll get their plane, so I did delivery. Okay. Maybe I don't have to kill those guys. I wonder. And this is an aircraft spawn point nearby where I could call in my jet fighter, but I'm not sure if it would work on this mission with that plane so close and all this stuff nearby. It might not work for me. So we'll just dig our oppressor again. It is quick and easy. See, I'm not really sure. It says you have to take out the enemy, so I guess I do. I'm going to see if I can pay attention next time to... next drop to see if it's the same thing again or not. But basically I'm wondering if I just needed to land and get away, and if she's just telling me you have to deal with them. But I could have just probably jumped on a bike and gone. I'm not sure. We'll find out on the second one. So yeah, a little bit unfamiliar, which is always a little bit more nerve-wracking. But I think we're going to do just fine. We're doing fine so far anyway. We'll see what happens. So, landed the first plane. Have to watch out for some enemies when we do. Yeah, another good thing about the oppressor is it can become your favorite bike if you let it. So whatever bike you drive around with for, I think it's around 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. It doesn't take too long. Certainly an in-game day or less, but it becomes your favorite bike. And when you're on your favorite bike, you go a tiny bit faster, and you're a little bit more damage resistant, and you heal. So as you guys can tell, I fully healed down there, that tiny bit of damage I had a few moments ago. So it's a good way to heal up over and over without having to go into your snacks or anything like that. Now I'm going to put on some body armor because I don't know what's going on, and body armor is still good. A lot of people knock body armor. I think it's a good idea. Although it is a good idea to remember that you don't need it all the time. You know, for newbies it's a good idea, but as you get used to the game, certain missions you know that, say there's a mission and you always complete it successfully, but every time you do it they shoot you once. You know, it doesn't kill you, just one shot every time. If you kept on adding body armor, it would just be really wasting money. You know, really, if you're going to do that mission, just leave your body armor off and only wear body armor when you're worried about it or you want to be tougher to other players or other things like that, or when you're not sure what to expect. There are some missions in the game where you can't die, so watch out for that. Well, you shouldn't die. Like the biker raids, a lot of those, if you die, the business gets raided or busted, I guess you could say. Basically, mission failure if you die. on certain MC raids. So, plane number 2. I've got the pedal down. There we go. Not sure if we would take it off in time there, so I'm just going to go this way. So when we first took off with the first plane, I expected that we would be doing 3 drops in the plane. That's what I thought was going on. But apparently the 3 drops are the 3 planes. So this is 1 drop, and that was the second, the first drop, and this is the second drop, and the one plane back there is the 3rd drop. Which is not what I thought it was at first. Can we use weapons? No, no weapons in this. And I could use a little bit of coffee, but flying a plane and one-handed is not the same as other vehicles. But there, as you guys can tell, it can be done. Yeah. Much better. Alright. Sunny days. Sunny days. I shouldn't get too carried away. That's how accidents can happen. We want to make our millions. See if I can crack the 160. Although I guess technically I do have more than 160 because I've got the 12.7 million in chips and the 4.7 million in cash. So I don't know what that would add up to being. But we're going to have more than that soon. And yes, we're going to spend it. Got a whole list of vehicles I really want to get. So I was mentioning that in the previous episode, some of them coming up. Probably be doing some vehicle episodes next. And I'm sure we'll do more laid-back grinding too. And the casino stuff. Yes, I'm looking forward to casino stuff. The missions, the heisting, the arcade, all of it. Oh, good news, everybody. So, the second drop is at the same spot. Which means that you only have to deal with enemies once. Yay. Watch out for the telephone poles. It just kicks you right out. So I guess that counts. Even though I'm not in the circle, it just kind of kicks you out. You're done. Get a new plane. Okay. Alright. Sure. Good to me. Sounds good. Called in my presser. I'm not sure if it's actually going to work here on the path or if it's going to show up on the road. Probably on the road. So I'm going to start running towards the road here. Now, another little tip that I forgot to mention is that you see me running along and looking at myself. That helps the bike usually, not this time I guess, spawn closer by. Or any vehicle spawn closer by. Generally speaking, they won't spawn where you're looking quite often. So if you want it to spawn right at the road in front of you, look away from the road in front of you. You know, look behind you. And then hopefully it'll spawn on the road in front of you. So it's kind of like always trying to play magic and have it magically spawn out of your sight. So turn away so where you want it to go is out of sight. Yeah. And a lot of times that'll save you time, hopefully. Mind you, the game is weird, as many of you guys know. It spawns vehicles in strange places sometimes. Very strange places sometimes. Yeah. Pardon me. To clear my voice there. Alright, so let's see. 2 out of 3 drops. 18 minutes left. Okay, well, plenty of time, but, you know, like I said before, you want to keep all that time. I try to keep it moving because you never know when you're going to need that extra time. You never know when things could go wrong and you have to, you know, push the plane out or save the day somehow, or players show up and you got to go the long way around. Things like that. So if you can save yourself a few seconds here and there, sometimes it's worth it. Every now and again you'll finish a mission down to the last few seconds, and those are the times that it paid off. And I suppose that's part of grinding too, guys, is how long it takes, you know. A lot of people talk about the payouts. What's the payout for this? What's the payout for that? But in many ways, it's all about how long does it take, you know. That's the almost as important as the payout, you know. Second to that is how long, you know. If I said a mission was 100,000, that's a great payout. But if I said the mission took 2 weeks to finish, well, that's a terrible payout, you know. So it's all about how long it takes, really. How many minutes does it take? And I do things laid back, as you know, but nonetheless, time is money, nonetheless. You know, the more efficient you are, I guess, and the better at it, and the faster vehicles, in theory, the more things you get done per minute, per hour, per session, per week. And as the months go by, your character makes more money than, say, your friend does. And he wonders, how do you make all that? Well, it adds up. Yep. Come on, there we go. Up, up, and away. All right. There's our altimeter, front and center. And we're under 1,000 feet. Small hand, pointing at the 1, that'd be your 1,000 feet, and then 2,000, 3,000 feet. The big hand is your hundreds of feet. So right now we're at 700 feet. There we go. 800 feet, 850, 900 feet. It's right there. So right around here, you're getting a little boost in your speed. Now, I don't think it's always effective because, you know, sometimes it might detect you flying over buildings and stuff like that, slow you down. But it's really hard to see it, of course. But you go 10% faster when you're higher. So it's a good idea to do that. And the reason that is just mirror real life. In real life, the higher up you go, the more altitude, the faster you go. But in the video game, they had to put in code for it because the video game doesn't work like real life. So, but they still tried to put in a little 10% boost to emulate real life, I guess you could say. Yeah. All right, guys. So big laid-back grinding this time. Lots of talking. I haven't done it in a while, I guess, either. I think sometime we'll do some laid-back grinding where I just talk about nonsense. No tips. You'll have to watch our other ones. I'll always do tips, though, mind you, but, you know, we'll talk about other stuff, I suppose. Yeah. Maybe I should get around to doing an episode of Air Patrol. Fly around Los Santos onto some busy public sessions and see if we can save some people or anything. Or harass some harassers. Alright, watching out for the poles and the rocks and anything else. Oh boy, there we go. And we got our money right away. That's what I like to see. Oh, and another objective complete. Sell special cargo. Excellent. 202,220,000. Not bad at all. Yeah. And I guess because we still have that small risk of the other one being raided, I should retire, but it doesn't let me yet. I wonder why. There we go. Good. Sometimes when it does that, it means you're going to get raided. If it still won't let you retire, it means it's waiting to give you a phone call. No. But I was hoping we could avoid it, and I think we might just be able to. Up, up, and away. So I'm going to bring up my interactive menu again. Oh yeah, flying over the prison. Yeah, that's a no-no. Oops, sorry. Just passing by. Go back to the Terabyte here. Yeah, we'll call them off. Why not?
How can I be of service? No problem. I'll get him off your back.
Yeah. So, interactive menu and objectives are right there. So we don't talk about that very often. That's another way you can make bonus money. But to me, it's one of those things that it depends on the objectives. So let's have a look. Today, it says escape a 3-star wanted level. We've already done that. Sell special cargo. We just happen to do that. And these, quite often, nowadays, they've got a modern system. So for any of you veteran players, this has changed. And it's a much better system. It tends to give you things that are oriented to you, things that are waiting for you. So it's kind of nice. So usually 2 out of 3 of these things, if not all 3, are things that are easy for you to do or things that you're going to do anyway that are already waiting for you to do, like do a bunker cell or special cargo in my case because I had a full warehouse. So the other third one is participate in the Adversary series. I don't know if I'm going to do that today, but if I did go do that right now, so if you guys were me, you could go join an Adversary series and you would get a bonus $30,000 just simply for playing it. So that's all you'd have to do. So it is a good idea to fulfill the 3 objectives when you can, when they're easy. Sometimes they're really easy, you know, like blow up a bunch of cars, escape cops, and steal a car, you know, something really simple. And there's an extra 30 grand. And sometimes you can do it as you're doing your other stuff anyway. No, we don't need to be here. I'm just thinking, I was instinctively going to the Terabyte for a crate mission, but we actually flew by. Whoop. Where we're going. So guys, I just fly right back over here to our last place, the Vinewood, the West Vinewood Crate Warehouse. Now I do also have the hangar and a hangar business, well, which is a part of it, right? And it is full, but I'm going to kind of wait for another double money or sometimes even have triple money on the hangar, so I might wait for that. The hangar isn't the greatest money maker, but I do recommend the hangar because, like I said, I think it pays for itself, and I get so used to having my personal aircraft. It's I don't know what I'd do without them, but see, personal aircraft, and I can call them all in. Yeah. But I think one day in the future we'll do a laid-back grinding when they have a bonus for air cargo, and we'll run that. But I'll probably need some friends at that point to play with us because the air cargo can only be sold, I think it's up to 10 crates solo, but I've got 50 crates waiting that's all full. So it's probably going to give us a whole ton of vehicles, and we're going to need some friends to help us get rid of it in the time limit. All right, so like I said, the other warehouse is all full. Full. Let's go make some money. Still on their own? All right. A little bit more coffee. For the voice. A little dry voice today, I guess. Dry mouth. Maybe it's all the talking, but I do this a lot, so I don't know. It just seems a little drier today. Who knows? Okay, so thankfully we don't have to join our secure serve. Sometimes these businesses will do it for you. So right now it tells you in the top left. You know, I can just simply log into like the office. I can log into the computer and it'll just do it automatically for me, which is nice because, like I said, every now and again it'll raid you in that split second that you joined. All right, ready? I've got my nerve ready. Here we go. All right, wish me luck, everybody. Here we go. Cell number 2. All right, we can do this. Sell for 2.2 million. Here we go. Okay, trucks.
All right, we got a good price for this stuff.
Did we?
But the buyer wants it delivered to multiple locations.
Okay.
If you can get the cargo to the different drop-offs, then we'll get paid.
Different drop-offs, multiple locations. Interesting. Usually they're the same location for this. And sometimes you have to use the radar tracker to find the spot. And thankfully it's the exact same spot for all 3 trucks after that, though. But this one said different locations, so let's see. Yeah, it is 3 different drops, so let's go. All right, so this is the Burke Aid Truck, the trucks mission. And mine are upgraded. I think that makes them faster, I think. And it makes them more armored. But they're generally fine, even in stock, as long as you're not getting attacked by players. If you're attacked by players, you definitely want the armor. But better yet, don't get attacked by players wherever possible. Yeah. The Burke Aid Truck is, I've kind of knocked it sometimes in the past. It's a very awkward truck to drive, I feel like. It feels like, to me, like driving a shopping cart or something, a backward shopping cart. It's a very strange truck to drive. But that said, it is a good truck. It's very, very tough, as you just seen. Pushes everything out of the way. It's very agile, actually, surprisingly. Like, you can turn in a tight space. And they go fast compared to the post-op trucks or all those evil trucks out there. Drop cargo. Oh, okay. All right, okay. So I'm just catching on to what I'm doing here. I was mistakenly, so it's different drops at different spots. So each truck is going to have a bunch of drops then. Alright, I was expecting 3 different parking spots. You know, I'd park the truck, kind of like what we just did with the planes. But no. Nope, nope, nope. We're going to have to do drops. Oh, that's a telephone pole that does not come down. Excuse me. Going through. Excuse me. Look out. Get off the streets, everybody. Oh. Now we'll go around. I missed a turn back there. But that's okay. We can just go around this way. Alright, alright. Go through there. Let's go through here. Alright, I guess it's just giving me on the GPS the next closest one all the time. So I haven't done this one in a while, this particular type of truck mission. But I would imagine that for those of you that might get it often, you could probably look on the GPS and maybe develop a better route. Sometimes the GPS can be funny. Just like the evil post-op missions that we talked about in the MCs. But basically the GPS can sometimes have you going back and forth over the same ground. So watch out for that. Sometimes you're better off to just do a big circle than you are to go back and forth to the closest GPS. All depends on the ones it gives you. The spots it gives you. Excuse me.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. It's probably a faster way. Yeah, can we just go right up here? I think we can. There we go. We don't need to follow the rules of the road. Yeah. Alright, last drop. So it looks like 5 drops per truck. And we still have plenty of time on the timer too. So that's good. First I was thinking, that's a little longer than I was thinking. But it looks like we still have, we should still have time. Or you guys should still have time to get it done. In the time frame. Even by yourself. But we'll see soon enough what the final time will be. Though sometimes it's hard for me to catch it because I finish and then I think, how long did that take me? But the timer's gone. And I have to look on my videos to know. On my recordings. Yeah, way, man. Way. Alright. So that's how this hotel gets all their nice stuff. Apparently it's all black market and counterfeit. No surprise. Okay. Alright. There we go. Get our oppressor. So I guess you guys are seeing the oppressor a whole lot today. But it is a good grinder tool. You know, a lot of people, I guess it's good to show you that, because a lot of people think of it as a griefer thing. And it is a good grinder thing, too. It's both. Yeah. But it is good for grinding. But like I said, some people who think it's the best for grinding, I think that sometimes they don't realize that it's not the fastest vehicle for long distances. And there's certain situations where it's not the greatest, where a helicopter's good. Plus, like I said, teammates. You know, you can only fit one on the oppressor. So unless your teammates have an oppressor, you might be better off with a helicopter or something. An Akula or something. But for just getting around the city, like right now, the oppressor is nice and fast and quick takeoff. Swoop down. Wedge myself against the wall for a second. Let's get in the truck. Away we go. As you can see, this truck just flies along. Sure. Yep. No speed issues. I feel like I should adjust my microphone there. to fix that. Alright guys, so let's see if we can finish this up. One last truck after this one. 5 more drops, so we got 10 more drops in total. We can do it. You can do it too. Yeah, like I said, these are my unofficial how I make my money videos. This is pretty much how I make my money. Yep. No, this is how I make my money. I say pretty much, but there's times where I do stuff with friends or other people or stuff, but this is the main way of making money, I'd say. And it really all depends on the specials of the week too. Rockstar does different double money events, sometimes triple money events, and that can dramatically change what the best business of the week is. So this week it's double money on the bunkers. And my bunker only takes 2 hours and 20 minutes to get ready, so if you remember earlier on we were at the bunker and I put my supplies on there. So by the time we're done all this stuff, it'll probably be almost ready, or maybe even ready, I don't know. All over again. So it might sound like a long time, 2 hours and 20 minutes, but it's really not. It's, you know, ready before you know it, all over again. Yeah, so the CEO cars that we did, a car earlier, you can only sell a car once every 20 minutes. So 3 times per hour, assuming you're exactly on the dot. Whereas the bunker is every 2 hours and 20 minutes. So the CEO cars is better that way. But if you compare the CEO cars like mission, you know, mission to mission, you know, that makes you 80 grand selling a top range car. Whereas doing the bunker is a nice easy mission, roughly the same time, maybe even less. And it profits $120,000. No, $135,000. Yeah, more than that right now with the double money. Yeah, right now it profits like $300,000. Yeah. But it's a nice easy mission and you just rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. That's good practice for any of you other players out there, to newbie players and veteran players. If you have vehicles that you feel unfamiliar with, you know, vehicles you want to practice with, you know, vehicles that you think you could do better or you want to get good at for PvP or stuff like that, you know, it's good to make money while you're doing those things, right? And some of those things you can do at the same time. Try your vehicle during those missions and make money. Look out. Going through. Oh, don't come through. No. Get out of the way. Back up. Back up. You seen me coming? I'm driving here. I'm driving here. Alright. Let's go through. I think we're on the last drop for this truck. Yeah, I do like to drive like nice, as you guys usually see. But when you're on a mission, you're on a mission, you know. It's coming through time. Sometimes you don't have time for the traffic. Certainly not for red lights. Woohoo. And some people don't think it matters, you know, following, you know, the rules of the road, like right side, left side, and things like that. For this side of the world, right? For those of you from the other side. But for certain places on the other side, I should say. I'll have to remember to pull a third one in way out front or something. Let's go to vehicles, request vehicle. There we go. Of course, I could also call in my buzzard, so just for tips and stuff's sake, I was talking about the CO vehicles, so CO vehicles, and there's our buzzard. Once you have bought the buzzard or any of these vehicles, they show up here for free. And there are some here that are always free. But I can just call in the buzzard, and then away we go with that. If I didn't have the oppressor. Or if I just wanted to, or if I had teammates and they seat 4 in that, so. Instead of just my one butt on this flying vacuum cleaner. Yep. The flying broomstick. It is very Harry Potter-ish. But it also is a flying vacuum cleaner too. I see where they get that from too. But it is handy. Yeah, so some people think it doesn't matter following the rules of the road, I was saying, but and not shooting and unnecessarily and things like that. But I find it does. Like, I find that we were talking earlier about the NPCs getting in your way, and I find the NPCs love to get in your way. All these civilians. The more you're shooting, the more crazy they drive, and the more they seem to crash into you. You know, the more you're driving on the wrong side of the road, the more they crash into you and swerve in front of you and stuff. So it sometimes feels like you're driving slower, but I think a lot of times I'm actually saving time by just avoiding them and keeping calm. Oh, ouch. That's okay. That didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. Oh, boy. Walk it off. Walk it off. Walk it off. In we go. I'm coming through. Whoa. I guess out of flies. It just kind of lifted off there, and before I could turn it away from the tree. Cinematic camera doesn't make it any easier, but it just has this little lift off when it hits the acceleration sometimes, and if you hit a bump at the same time, it's hard to control it. All right, coming through. Delivery. I guess the buyer is the hotel, or he's staying at the hotel. I wonder what they do with all these 3 trucks after we leave them there, you know? What happens then? Yeah, so anyway, it might feel slower, but sometimes I think you're better off to drive on the right side of the road and all that stuff. It's less chaotic. But driving a big truck like this fast is always chaos, though. You know, what can you do? It's all right. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't know about them, but I'll be just fine. I'm well armored in a cushy seat. There we go. Go through. Oh, sorry, man. It's all right. I think he was on his phone. Remember, guys, don't walk and text. You know, that's how accidents happen. It might also happen by driving your truck way too fast and off-road, but it was probably his fault for being on his cell phone, though, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Oh, yeah, that was me. Alright, another drop. Let's check it out. We're still on our own. I think every time I've missed this little alleyway. Oh, look out, essays. Oh, I angered the gangsters. Sorry. Sorry. There you go. I don't know what I dropped off for them. Probably alcohol and tobacco, maybe? Yeah. Narcotics, perhaps. But a drop goes in their territory, so something went to them. And see how they're still on the map? Oh, they're still trying to chase me down. There we go. Now they're gone. Little red dots. They were angry. Yep. But I don't got time for customer complaints today. We got to get this done. Yeah, like you said, I don't really worry about it. Like I said, laid back grinding. But, you know, in the sense of teaching, every moment you're out here is a moment of risk. And technically speaking, you haven't made anything until you've made it all in the CEO business. It's so kind of dumb that way, but until all of our drops are done, you know, the game would count it as none if I let it fail. It's just, I have no idea how they thought that made sense when they designed that. I don't get that at all. Like right now, 14 out of 15 drops. So if I drive this truck in the river and then let it save that way and not quit, I lose all my stuff? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, don't let that happen, guys. The moment you think something's going wrong, quit right away. And hopefully it doesn't get past that point. And then, next time, like I said, get it done as quick as you can. Safely. Safely and easily. Woohoo! Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Oh, that was our turn. Back there. This is one of the airport parking spots back there. Sometimes people do car shows over here because there's good lighting at nighttime. Semi-good lighting anyway. And there's some roofs to protect from people trying to airstrike you. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. Just jam it right in there. Let's see if we can do that. Jam it right in there. Yeah. Oh, perfect. It worked. Woo. Yeah. All right. 4.4 million with the 2 of them done. So, 162,579,000. Yeah, not bad at all. Plus the 4,721,000 in cash. Yes. And 12,700,000 in casino chips. Maybe one of you guys out there can add that up for me. All right, guys. Well, and I don't have to worry about being raided for once. Yay, cleared all our stuff. All right. At this point, I'm done, and it might be a good idea to change my spawn point to the nightclub, so I could just change my DJ again next time I log in, because it'll probably be ready. Or I could go do it now, but not really worried about it. Just kind of telling you guys to, a lot of these things aren't a job if you make a habit out of them. If that's your spawn point, you just log in and do it, and off you go. And then it doesn't feel like such a chore, like you have to go out of your way to do it. Yeah. Should we go back to... maybe go to the casino. Well, I was just about to retire. Do not retire when you're in your CEO vehicle. Unless you like an exciting retirement. Yeah, if I retire from my CEO company, it would just kick me right out of the helicopter because it's a company helicopter. And sometimes you'll forget it, and you're like, oh, I'm done, no, I'll retire. And yeah. And then you're flying to your death. Alright, maybe we'll go in and get a drink as we say goodbye here. End of our laid-back grinding, latest laid-back grinding. And even more millions in the end after all. Valet. Hey. Valet. For everybody's service is only available for personal vehicles. Well, it's my personal company vehicle. I guess he doesn't like company vehicles. Let's head in. Alright, guys. Wow, that is the end. Yes, lots of money made. Woohoo. Alright. Yeah, casino. We're going to go to the casino. Get some more coffee. Alright, guys. Woohoo, we did it. Yeah. Thanks to you and your help.
Concierge services are available to VIP members. Indulge. You deserve it.
Alright. Oh, hey, I've been working on a couple things. In the stores, there is such a thing as a fitted suit. So there's suits. He's wearing a suit. But there's suits in the game, and you can make your own good-looking suit. But there's also a fitted suit. And I always was curious about them because they're really annoying. They're really hard to make them. Some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. They only work with the right combination of clothing. So I found it was easier to start with the pants and then work your way up from there. I think I'm retired now. Yeah. But it's a bit of a pain. So I finally put together a couple fitted suits, a black one and a white one. And so they look good in the casino anyway. Just for the fun of it. You gotta have stuff to spend your money on, right? So let's see. So which one do you think works better? I don't know if I still got them saved in here. Oh, yes. Yeah, there's the white suit. So, does it give us the wider view? No, it's as wide a view as we can get. I got some shoes. Yeah, styling. White and black. There she is. Yeah, and I think I like the black one better, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Is the black one better or the white one better? Where is it? Did I already go by it? Nope. Nope. That's our old styling one. Yeah. The other expensive outfit I got. Not that expensive, but you know. Suit up sock. There it is. Alright. There's our nice black outfit. Black fitted suit. with, you know, checkered tie. I had white ties, I had black ties, I had red ties, but you gotta have a little flair in there, so I went the plaid. Diamond. Little touch of style, right? Yeah. So maybe let me know which one you think is better. Or do you think my styling is, the old-fashioned styling that I used to wear is better? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's have some Richards. Yes, thank you. Oh, perfect. Notes of caramel. Yep. Pour it up. Perfect. All right. Oh. Yeah. Thanks. Big day today. Lots of success. Money made. You wouldn't believe it. I'd tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. Ha 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 ha. This is a joke. Yeah. Ooh. That stuff affects your hearing right away. That's some potent stuff, isn't it? All right, let's go for the Macbeth. Now, apparently, the Macbeth, you know, usually takes you out. It's the last night of the evening, last night of every evening, or last drink of every evening. It always shuts you down. But it gives you some different things that can happen from the nightclub. Some of you guys might know. Different events that you'll get put into, and you can get the key flam shirt that way, and things like that. Now, from the casino, there's actually some other stuff that can happen, too, if you use the Macbeth stuff. So. Oh, cool.
One of my personal favorites.
Yeah, my favorites too. Always trying to have two of them, but for some reason I just never seem to remember getting to the second one. I don't know. But yeah, the casino has some mini missions that you can go on too by using the Macbeth and other stuff. All right. Thank you very much. What? I thought we were getting along so good. Oh, come on. You know, I got a penthouse upstairs, right? I'm not driving anymore or anything. I'm done. Whoa. What did we miss? Hey there, everybody. I think I've been putting a pen. Maybe I just wandered out here. I don't know. The door doesn't open. Maybe it was a people auction. Nobody wanted me. I was unsold. Don't know. All right, everybody. Well, that is the end of our laid-back grinding episode. I think I'm going to go head off and get some new water and everything and recover. And maybe soon I'm going to put together another vehicle episode. So we'll see if we can get together maybe a couple different vehicle episodes. And then we'll do some more different businesses, the arcade, the casino stuff, all those things I mentioned and more. So thanks for being here, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free and it really helps us out. So we'll see you again next time for more. Take care, everybody. How do I... What's the way out of here? There's an ATV. Yeah, now I think we got enough of a savings to not have to worry about the future DLC for a little while anyway. Hopefully. What are you talking about? Somebody's having a good night. We did too. Just a few.
Welcome to the Diamond Casino and Resort. Please have a look around and enjoy yourself. And of course, good luck.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody. See you again next time. Thanks for being here. Woohoo.